Hello, everyone. How are you? It is so wonderful to be back. I wasn't able to record a video yesterday as I was traveling. I am now in Charlotte, North Carolina, back home to for a little over a month to see my kids and to do some work with some clients. So it feels good. It's very warm here, surprisingly, coming from Vermont, where it started to get cold and the trees are still green. The leaves are still green on the trees. Um, so very interesting fall that we're having here in the Carolinas. But it's so good to be back with you. I've actually missed uh, spending the time recording and being with you, even though we're not seeing each other. There's this connection that I feel with everyone that listens, and I hope that you feel that as well. How are you doing? My experience the last couple of days has been quite interesting. I spent 3 days with some beautiful women on a retreat in Gloucester, Massachusetts, and it's been a profound experience in many ways, one that will stay with me for quite a while. Um, but I'm happy to be here with you again, happy to be sharing our hearts, my heart with your heart. Um, so, how are you? Yeah. So, you might have heard some sounds. One of the things about being back in a busy neighborhood is that you begin to hear all the sounds. And so, there's some grass being mowed outside. So, my apologies for that. Um, so let's begin to settle in for a little bit here. Um, so wherever you're sitting, I simply want you to arrive with yourself and place your palms someplace in your body that you can feel yourself, right? This is where we begin to invite embodiment in the present moment. Allow your elbows to fold in, your shoulders to relax, and let's breathe out. You might have been holding your breath all day, not even realizing it. So let's take a deep breath in. Breathe in, my loves. Breathe in. And then exhale, side out. And deep breath in. A breath out. I need that after a day of traveling. And one more time. Breath in. Arrive to yourself. And a breath out. And let's invite the stillness of the moment. Just a few moments just to feel and to sense yourself and to come home to you. We do this embodiment simply to come home to ourselves for a few moments, to listen to the inner landscape of what am I feeling, what am I sensing right now. And so there might be, like right now I'm feeling a sensation in the crown of my head. You might be feeling a sensation somewhere else in your body, or there might be no sensation. There might be heat or coolness. I simply want you to become aware, to move into a state of awareness with your body. And then we can extend that awareness into the environment that surrounds us. We just feel the energy in the environment around us. Allowing your body to breathe you, trusting in this body to breathe us, to be here in solidarity with all aspects of ourselves. Keep relaxing deeper and deeper, letting the tension release from the shoulders. Just letting go of anything heavy that you might be feeling. All of these things are always waiting for us pick up. Right now, we're choosing a new timeline to be, experience ourselves in the stillness. Take one more breath in, another breath out. Hmm. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming back to yourself. And one of the things that I experienced this weekend that has stayed with me, I stayed at a beautiful inn that was right across from the ocean. And I have to say, sunrises are my jams. I love sunsets too, but there's something, and I shared a video when I went out onto the beach for a particular sunrise. I forget, it might have been on Saturday or Friday morning, and the sunrise was just so spectacular. And the reason why sunrise are so majestic, both are majestic, and to name it, to even name it, kills it, right? Because what we're seeing is the mystery of life. When we witness a sunrise and a sunset, we are a part of the entire mystery. But when I see a sunrise, I'm reminded that in every moment there's a new beginning. Every moment there's an opportunity for me to begin again. And I let go of the self that I used to be. I let go of trying to get anywhere, do anything, be something. The sunrise allows me to arrive as I am, and to hold that arrival um, with sacred compassion. And so today is where we're talking about this fire of grief and what this fire of grief is doing inside of us, what it's doing for us. I want to talk just a little bit about how the grief journey brings us back to the core essence of who we are, how we begin to reclaim an inner authority that we might not have had before, or we might not have sensed before. Right? Because when someone we love passes away, in that moment, it's as if we're abandoned. I know I felt that very deeply when Hassel passed away. There was this sense of, I'm alone. There's this sense of abandonment. It's not loneliness, it's an aloneness that I felt. But throughout the journey, as the journey weaved itself, I began to recognize that what I'm being called into was to have complete authority over all aspects of me. And the recognition that I'm never alone. And I may not have someone at my side, but that doesn't mean that I'm alone. And so the journey, how it weaves, how it manifests itself, what it sheds from us, this robing, that's the word that wants to come. It's like we're disrobed of the current garments that we're used to wearing, and we become naked. We become naked so we can see who we are, who we've become, who we've been. And that's a powerful medicine. It's powerful medicine. So if we're brave enough to allow grief to do its thing, which is to completely bring the truth to the surface, to show us who we've become, the state of our heart, and to go even beyond that. Because as we've talked about before, there's this cracking open of our hearts that happen when we're in grief, and this inner expansion that is happening, but we can't feel just yet because we can't name it. Right? When we're in the midst of something, a profound shedding, a dismemberment of who we are, we can't name the thing yet because we're still in it. The naming comes after, right? And so sometimes we rush to name things. We rush to name what it is that is truly happening to us, but we can't really see because we have to still go through the journey. But as we make our way through slowly, slowly, step by step, we allow the weave in, right? It's like I can see it in my mind, these threads, right? And they come from all different directions, ancestral threads, divine threads, our personal threads, the collective threads. All of these threads are weaving themselves together through our experiences. What are they weaving? I can't tell you that because each of our experiences are going to be different. And what your end result is will be different from someone else. But what I want you to come away with today's discourse is as you move through your journey, I want to invite you to have a deep sense of inner authority over your journey, meaning that the divine is always with you because you are the divine, right? We've been told that this is blasphemous talk. How can I be God? And yet, was it not mentioned by Jesus? This body, this temple, as Jesus referred it to, this gives the divine an opportunity to experience. And so when we're in grief, this is the divine also experiencing grief. And this is what I'm talking about. We're never alone. And I remember one day during my grief journey where I got so angry. I got so angry at God because I'm like, where are you? Like I felt this sense of abandonment. And it took me months later to realize that the reason why I didn't hear anything was because the divine was also experiencing that grief because I was experiencing it. So we were walking together, not separate. And once I felt that, once I knew that, I surrendered even more because I knew I wasn't alone and I could command that inner authority within me to continue forward even deeper into the process, even deeper into the journey. And so this is important because oftentimes we allow the heaviness of loss to be the authority. And what I want you to know today is that the grief is not the authority over you. The loss is not the authority over you, it has no authority over you. You are the authority over you because you are the divine having the experience. And once we begin to know this, and it takes time to know this. This didn't arrive, you know, suddenly for me. Once we begin to know this, then the entire arc of our grief experience changes. Yes, we're still going to cry, we're still going to mourn, we're still going to feel sadness, but now we will allow it with grace. Now grace comes into the picture. Now we have more compassion for ourselves, more love for ourselves, and we can now offer that as a gift to others. I love you wherever you are and wherever you are in the world. I love you. Hold on to that love. Not the love that I'm giving to you. Yes, that's a gift, but the love that is within you, to know that you are that, you are that, you are that, you are love. So I've got my deck of cards. So let's see what Spirit wants to reveal to us today through the Sacred Destiny deck. It's good to be back in the Carolinas. Looking forward to seeing my children later today. It's been about 2 months since I've seen them. Catch up with some friends. Actually, right now I'm staying at a friend's house because I've been a nomad for a year. But I'm ready for some structure now. So I'm ready to land. I'm ready to settle. Let's see, Spirit, what message do you have for us today? What message do you have for us today? So the card that came up today is diligence. Diligence. There's a bird flying in the air, little clouds, some clouds above, but look at the bottom. It's greenery, it's verdant, it's alive. Diligence. And what I take away from this is, as we keep showing up, tending to ourselves, tending to the garden. I don't want to say work, because when we use the word work, the mind begins to, and the nervous system begins to turn on in a different way. We're gardeners tending to grief. So there are going to be times that we're going to go in there, we're going to see some weeds, and maybe we won't pull out all the weeds, because weeds have a lot of medicinal purposes. So there might be a particular weed that we need. But diligence and tending to the garden of grief. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Be well until then.